Hey guys, Rafferty Pendry here. In this video, we're going to talk about the right sequence to when you need software or when you should be focusing on your process. By the way, if you like this video at any point, you think, man, I kind of like this video. I kind of like this guy. Maybe if you don't even like me, but you like the video, that's okay. Just give it a thumbs up and I really appreciate it. Okay, so here's the interesting piece. When you build software or when you have a software tool that you're implementing, a lot of people think that there are problems with software when they actually have a problem with their process. So there's a right sequence here. We build custom software. We also have software tools that we've built that are subscription-based for people. And a lot of times people will come and ask us, well, look, I'm trying to do this and it seems very difficult and all this other stuff. And we start with their process. Software is a reflection of what happens in a business. It needs to follow a process, and a process is defined as something that you can do certain steps or actions to achieve a specific outcome. That is what a process is. So that means you can't have wild variation all over the place. In order for software to happen successfully or implement software, any software platform, doesn't matter which one, you need to establish your process first. When you do that right, then implementing the software becomes significantly easier. It also becomes a lot cheaper, by the way. I've seen the implementation costs that companies charge to put people on big pieces of software. It's really expensive. You can save a ton of money by getting your processes worked out before you're actually trying to implement them. One thing we get asked about a lot is, okay, here's all the tools that we're on. And when we dig in, we find that there are many times people actually shouldn't change the software they're on. They're just not even utilizing it. There's one company that's a big manufacturer distributor that we work with, and they have a whole section of this very complicated software they use that they're not even using that whole piece of it, which would help them understand how to communicate to their clients estimated or like dates for them to receive their products so much better, because right now they don't have visibility on it. But that's because their process needs to be sorted out and then utilize that portion of the software that would allow them to give better and more accurate shipping dates for their customers, because right now they get a whole bunch of customer service calls because they don't have a good answer to that. We just need to fix the process and use the software you already have. It's easy to think, well, the software doesn't have it. Maybe you didn't look. Take a look at that and see. Maybe you didn't even look. Maybe there is a way to solve it. And maybe our process needs to be sorted out first. There's this great quote from E-Myth Revisited, which is an awesome book on building a scalable, process-oriented organization. Check out this quote. Creativity thinks up new things. Innovation does new things. I say this because it's very easy to think in a daydream setting. Well, in theory, this thing should be able to do blah, 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 blah. But it doesn't actually get you any real progress or forward motion. In a business, in a for-profit business, what are we trying to do? Create revenue and profit. Huh? See? Brilliant. Genius. So this is what we're trying to do. So if that's what we're trying to do, then the actions and activities that we're doing should lead. The innovation would be actually doing things that are creating that. Creativity, I've noticed, can be very theoretical sometimes, where people aren't connecting the dots to actually doing those things. So yes, there is some creativity involved, but yes, if we focus on the innovation side, which is actually pushing that through to a result, you'll find that we can do amazing things as a result. I'm going to give you two examples. We have a client, a big company, they're in the finance industry, and they have a whole bunch of different requests that come in from a software they use that we helped build to run their whole company on. They're a big company. They got quite a number of staff. They have all these requests that come in, bugs, new feature functionality, things, questions, etc. And we started to dive into, how do you guys actually handle all this stuff? How are you dealing with this? And we found out that it was sent over text messages and through emails and through internal chat systems and phone calls. There was no centralized way to do it. And it was very easy for them to say, yeah, software was hard to be able to handle this and all this kind of thing. But when we started talking with them, we really identified the issue was they have too many channels, too many ways that all this information can come in. And so if we help them solve that, we help them go, there is one way, one truth, guys. I talk about that a lot in this channel. One truth, one way that we do it. All these requests come in. Well, then what is the tool or software we need to do that? And in our case, it was a support ticketing system, which happened to be one that we had actually built. That became the focus of the solution. But the first part was identifying the issues in the process. And then there's going to be, as a result of the implementation there of the software, training of their staff, training of their customers, training of their partners to understand, send everything here. What that does for them is allows them to build a better, more consistent process that services their customers better, makes them faster, not drop balls. All that is a result of process plus the software, the technology. So again, guys, this is not about the blinky, the software itself, the tool itself. It starts with what is happening in real life or needs to happen in real life. What is happening in your business, your organization? And then now, how do we get a software that holds that process in place? Hope this video helps, guys. If you have any questions, need any help, feel free to reach out anytime. If you think this will help somebody else, please share it with them. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.